Ahoy, mateys! We've got all kinds of tall tales from around BC today on The Express. On today's show, Cultus Lake Water Park's Big Summer.
Kids like ships.
The HMCS Oriole at Steveston's Ship to Shore Festival.
How to work out my head.
New music from Vancouver Island duo Jon and Roy.
We love the ocean and the piers.
Emerging talent at the Surrey International Film Festival.
He's right into that camera.
And later, wallabies on quality assured collision road trip. See that and more local expression. Welcome to The Express, only on Shaw TV. I'm Johanna Ward in Steveston Village for the Ships to Shore Festival. Kind of feels like we're sailing back in time because it was more than 125 years ago when Steveston first welcomed the tall ships. Back in the day, really, were the tall ships what was being used to protect us, or has it always been more of a racing sailing vessel?
Well, way back in the day, before I joined, they used sailing ships as battleships and as gunships. Royal Canadian Navy has used, since the founding of the Navy, sailing ships like this or a little bit older in design for training junior officers in navigation, seamanship, sailing. Okay. And so they've always had sailing ships over the years. She's 102 foot long. She's a Marconi rig catch, so she has fore and aft sails. It's a fairly modern design for 1921. She still sails very, very well, and she won the Vic Maui race in 2000. We raced her in Swiftsure. Oriole's the only one that had a steel hull and has survived to this day. And so we still use her for training and for community outreach, public relations, and all those type of missions. A lot of it's been replaced over the years, but there's lots of the original riveted steel that was built in, like I said, 1921 in Boston. So American-made ship, but she's all Canadian. We have 5 core crew that are regular force Navy, been in anywhere between 10 and 30 years of experience, but we bring trainees on board. There's about 15 of them at any given time. And most of them have just finished basic training, they've just enrolled in the Navy, and they're waiting to go on course. What they really learn is they learn teamwork and they learn leadership, and we test that in some pretty tough conditions when we're sailing, so it really challenges them. So they're going to be a better team player and a better leader when they get on course and when they continue their career in the Navy. It's
so cool how excited people get going on. I mean, you can see it here. The kids are literally crawling over it. Everyone's taking pictures. Why do you think there's such a sense of excitement around it?
Kids like ships.
Yes.
The kids like sailboats, and so they love coming on board. You can see them when you come on, how excited they are, and they ask us, they're pirates, and they'll go back and they grab, can I steer the ship, and can I pull on the ropes? And when they come down for a tour, they can do all that type of stuff. We give them the trading card, which they really like, so kids have fun.
But it's not even just kids. I mean, there's a lot of adults down here, too, that don't seem to have little people with them.
Well, they're just little kids inside, I guess.
Yeah, is that it?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm not going to feel silly when I ask, are there pirates?
Are there pirates? Absolutely, there's pirates. Have you seen the Hawaiian chieftain down there?
Yeah?
They're like pirates.
When the Ship to Shore Festival is over, the tall ships sail back whence they came. In Victoria, they actually have a tall ship society where they do a lot of youth outreach programs. And we're inviting a Vancouver Island duo, Jon and Roy, on The Express up next. They like to hit the mainland as often as they can, especially when it came time to launch their brand new album, Let It Go.
John Middleton and Roy Visor are simply known as Jon and Roy, a simple folk rock group from BC. Exclaim magazine called them the best recorded representation of the Canadian left coast. And the pair have just released a 4th album, Let It Go.
We loosened up a little bit in terms of how we were recording. Went for more of like a live feel. In the past, we've kind of, really focused on the studio process. And in this, we did that, but we went for more of a live, energetic feel.
No, you can't tell me how to work out my head. This time I'll go where I want.
Video for the new album's title track. It's a very pretty video. It's a simple video, but sort of what was the motivation? What was
What happened there to get that together?
Well, me and Roy both in the university had a teacher, Brian Hendricks, and he was a great teacher. He taught film. So he hooked us up with these guys, the Lotus Eaters, who would produce the film, and we kind of just gave them the reins and said, do what you want to do. I like it, man. I think it's really great, really positive, and kids are super cute in it. So yeah, I'm stoked on it.
No, I'm not gonna be a victim.
It's been about 10 years since you guys have been playing together.
Yeah.
How's that evolution sort of gone? You know, why has it worked so well over that time?
Yeah, because we've approached it pretty casually and naturally. Like, try not to force things in our group and let the music speak for itself. And I think we've evolved from a two-piece, playing pretty simplified stuff. Now we're more of like a band situation, you know? We got 3 of us. Sometimes we have more, 4 or 5 people and that kind of thing.
How did it originally come together, though?
We actually met at, we both went to the University of Victoria, so we met there.
Was it just sort of jamming together, it became a band eventually?
Kind of, yeah. We used to play, there's a causeway in Victoria at the Inner Harbour, and we jam there together, and we would play at, you know, house parties and open mics. And from there, it just developed into getting our own shows, and then we recorded some music, and yeah, that was the beginning.
You guys are playing a couple shows in Vancouver. One of them's 19 plus, but one of them's all ages. Do you think it's important to be able to offer the younger fans a show? Because a lot of times they don't get out on a Friday night.
Yeah, totally. I think it's definitely a good thing to do because, you know, I remember being myself under 19 and hating the fact that you couldn't get into clubs and you couldn't see a band until you were 19. And I think, yeah, it's definitely a totally positive thing to do, to be playing the all ages shows.
Still based on the island, has that been a challenge? Promoting yourself as a band, being a band, being somewhat remote as opposed to a Vancouver or a Seattle?
I'm sure it hasn't harmed us too much. I mean, in this day and age with the internet, you know, everything's so connected anyway. And we're very comfortable in Victoria, so it works for us to hang out there.
Their new album is available at johnandroy.ca, where you can also check out upcoming tour dates. I'm Paul McLellan in Vancouver for The Express.
You can download free songs at the website johnandroy.ca. Great summer sound, hey? And really, it is summer, isn't it? I know it's not a very nice day today, and maybe that's why we're joining Nicole Fitzgerald indoors at the Meadow Park Sports Centre in Whistler. So what brings you to the gym?
These dedicated individuals are getting ready for the triathlon season, and they're not your average athletes. They run, they swim, they kayak, they mountain bike, and you would never know they have cognitive challenges. We'll have more on the Whistler Adaptive Sports Program.
Looking forward to seeing that later on today's Express. Thanks, Nicole. We're also going to take you back on the tall ships here in Steveston and share these stories from around BC.
He's right into that camera.
Quality assured collision road trip. Where to find kangaroos in Kelowna.
We love the ocean and the piers.
Solace at the Surrey International Film Festival. The Express, only on Shaw TV.
The Express is brought to you in part by Plum, fashion supplier to host Johanna Ward.